Why did the Wood Elf decide to become a stand-up comedian? Well, he was always making tremendous jokes. What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be giving you a very short and sweet condensed video on ESO's next event, because the next event was the previous event, but we're going to do a supercut video in this video because of all the information in those previous events, because became 3-4 videos. So instead of having 3-4 videos again, we're going to condense it into basically this video right here. So we're going to jump right into it just after I quickly remind you that we were on the road to 15,000 subscribers. I love all of you. It would mean the world to me if we could hit that milestone. So let's jump on into it. So when and what is Midyear Mayhem? Super easy. All you need to know about Midyear Mayhem is basically it is a double AP event with bonus XP and additional rewards for PvP of different types. What types? We'll talk about it a bit later. When exactly is it going to start? It is going to start at the sometime in May. We don't have an official date yet. However, I suspect it will probably be the last week of May. That way there's no interference with the Necrom event. So, what are some of the easiest and bestest ways to farm this event? Starting us off, I want to talk about the Imperial City, because your boy Jake didn't really highlight it on the last time. But the Imperial City's got some big boy bosses. There's a bunch of districts in here, and each of these districts has got a little boss around it. If you kill that boss, you have a really good chance to get some rare motive styles that sell for a bajillion gold, and they will be returning during the next event. So, once we know more, we'll have a specific name for these motives. However, just know that the world bosses here have a really good chance to drop motives. It does, however, seem that you can only earn one per day. However, on PC, these are usually worth in the millions, and on console, these are worth usually between 200,000 and 500,000 gold, which is a very good amount of gold for you to be earning per day, essentially, for all you have to do is kill world bosses. It seems as though you have a really good chance. I think I was getting them every 5 world boss kills a day. So you only have to kill up to 5 world bosses. The easiest way to farm the Imperial City is just go into whatever zone campaign you are dominating. Because at the end of the day, you're not necessarily farming Telvar. What you really want to do is just farm those world bosses. One of the next easiest ways to farm the event is just by doing battlegrounds. And always remember to grab your daily quests here through Mr. Riven. You can find this man sitting in a bunch of cities. Why you like to do battlegrounds is not only do you get consistent AP because there's going to be lots of matches, you also get a shit ton of XP, which is one of the great ways to level up your character. You can easily do these on a 10 to 50 character or a CP2. It is absolutely up to you. And there are no CP points activated inside of battlegrounds, so you are okay to experiment with characters and you don't have to be, 40,000 CP to compete with people. You will have the exact same skills and the exact same damage output if wearing the same sets as anybody at any CP level. So keep that in mind. Next up, we're going to talk about the AP train. I cannot really confirm how many consoles do this, but generally you find this in the Quagmire campaign. It's very simplistic, but it can net you upwards of 500,000 AP per hour. Basically, the front door, as you can see, is left open. This exit hole is left open as well. What you do is you run in the open hole, take the keep, run out, take the lumberyard, go around, take the mine, take the farm, go back in the front door, go out the exit hole, and so on and so forth. I don't necessarily know if this is or isn't against the terms of service. That people talk about it every year, but basically there's still a capped campaign of people doing it across multiple consoles and servers. So I'm just the bearer of giving you the information because I'm always a believer in letting people know the information versus you being left in the blind. So not necessarily encouraging or discouraging you from doing this, but this might be something that you could consider doing if your campaign and your console is doing it. So why might you even want to farm AP? What are you getting? Well, every time you would get a Rewards of the Worthy box, which is about every 20,000 AP, you're going to get all these items here. So as you're farming Battlegrounds or the AP train, or you're in Cyrodiil, or you're in the Imperial City getting AP points, you are getting Parcel of Telvar Stones, Repair Kits, Soul Gems, Alchemy Ingredients, Armor Style Pages, Akaviri Style, Cold Fire Weapons, Book Furnishings, Forward Camps, Chapter of Your Alliance, Armor Motifs, Prismatic Runes, which sell for a ton, don't sleep on those, Akaviri Armor, Transmute Geodes, which we always love, and then true tradable rune boxes. Now you might think, well, are there any other lucrative things for you to be able to farm during this event? And there are the Bags of Glory, which you can purchase for 2 event tickets, or we'll talk about event tickets next. you're able to purchase bags of veteran glory, which give you items from previous years. Now, why might you want previous year's items? You might be thinking to yourself, and that's because these things have been out for so long that they're worth millions of gold. So while buying them with event tickets does make them bound to you, you're still getting motifs that style pages that are worth millions of gold for essentially 2 event tickets. Now you might think to yourself, but Jake, how can I boost my odds and make sure that I get something good? Well, dear friends, you are guaranteed to get an item that you don't have. So if you purchase the cheap style pages that you see on screen, and you purchase the standard motifs as well as the Breton Terrier pets, you are reducing your odds of getting those with your bags of glory, because the bags of glory is always guaranteed to give you an item you don't have. You can only purchase one at a time, but as soon as you open it and bind that item to you, you are able to buy another one, so keep that in mind also. But you can spend as many event tickets on these as you want, as long as you don't have items from previous years not unlocked. So how do you farm event tickets? Well, you have 2 options for your 2-ticket quester. Basically, numero uno is Cyrodiil quest, numero dos is Battleground quest. I generally prefer Cyrodiil quests. They're easier, and you can do multiple at once. For example, you can do a scout mission. You go scout there, big battle over there. You get killed multiple player battles. Boom, you do that. You get to capture the keep. Hey, you might capture that keep, and you can turn these in throughout the week. And you might think to yourself, well, Jake, that's super convenient. Is there any other ways that I can turn them into throughout the week? One of you guys had suggested on a previous video that you guys do every single Imperial City daily quest, all 6 of them. Takes you less than an hour, and then you're able to turn them in throughout the week. That way you're not running around doing 1 a day, whereas you can just focus on grinding them out and then turning them in throughout the week. The alternative to doing Cyrodiil quests is to do Battleground quests, which I just generally don't prefer, because I feel as though they take longer and the rewards are less, and sometimes you have to do things like win 3 matches, play 5 matches, and quests like that just take a significantly longer amount of time. So I prefer doing Cyrodiil quests and then the Imperial City quests. As another quick note for you guys, the golden vendors will be different. This is obviously just more of a quick note because you guys will see the golden vendor video. Hopefully you click on it and you're going to see my recommendations. But the general gist is that every single PvP set that you can purchase with a P inside of Cyrodiil will be golden one weekend as a ring and the next weekend as a necklace, or vice versa. I believe it usually starts as necklaces and then goes to rings. Is there a big difference in that? Technically, rings have a higher resale value because you generally need 2 of them, where you only need 1 necklace. So just keep that tiny little point in mind that rings usually do a little bit better when selling. But besides that, that's the golden vendor differences. And dear friends, that's going to be the old video for you. I hope this video was helpful. This has been the supercut of the Whitestrakes Mayhem video. Every single topic on here that has been covered has been broken down in other videos that are generally longer. A lot of these topics, such as even the Bags of Glory, has its own 6 to 8 minute video where I really go in depth about the items you can get. So if stuff like that interests you, just check out the events and updates playlist. In addition, other such videos on there, such as the AP train and a detailed breakdown of how it works, you can find on that playlist also. But that's been the supercut for you. As a final reminder before I wrap up the video for you, to just subscribe and comment, and obviously like the video because that helps. But I don't give you anything for liking the video except my undying praise and love. But if you do subscribe and you do comment, you're entered into 3 giveaway drawings. 1's a random comment, 1's a random subscriber, and then 1 is my favorite comment of the month. So by commenting and subscribing, you are entered, and every single comment you leave is entered equally, as long as it's not deleted for spam. So that's going to be the video. I love you guys, and I'll catch you later. Bye, guys.
To like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta.
You know, I talked fast during this whole video to make it, like, not super long, and I feel like even with this supercut, it is still longer than I wanted it to be. But I guess that's really just the price you pay when you try to give the details, but you're also trying to avoid tangents because you know how dangerous those can be.